First, though, pets have become a common addition in many schools. We've got our own little pet corner here in the studio today. But animal charities are now calling for them to be banned from the classroom.
Well, Jennifer White from animal welfare charity Peters says that allowing pets in the classroom puts their health at risk and teaches children the wrong lessons about caring for them.
Well, we'll be hearing from Jennifer in just a moment. First, though, our vet, Dr Scott Miller, is live from Brampton Court Woods Infant School in Barnsley, who proudly boasts not one, but 14 school pets. Morning, Scott.
Morning.
Morning, guys. I am here at this wonderful infant school in Barnsley. They're surrounded by animals and kids, so live TV, wish me luck. But first of all, I'd like to introduce Sarah Aston. So I'm going to call you Mrs. Aston just because I feel I should.
OK, that's fine.
First things first, so tell me how you've accumulated this wonderful menagerie of animals here at the school.
OK, it started about 5.5 years ago with the chickens, and as part of a classroom project, we hatched some eggs and we kept 2 of those hens. And it started from there, really, and then we, over the years, we've just gathered more and more, and our ultimate aim was to have a school dog. So we now have the wonderful Luna, who's absolutely amazing with the children, and we have a second dog who's not here today. We have Tilly as well.
So you've got quite a few animals. I can see you've got a Lance now. So what's this guy's name?
This is Turbo, the beautiful
of course it
Turbo.
is, yes. Very nice, very nice. How much does Turbo enjoy being stroked, do you think?
Oh, he loves it.
What's his personality like?
Do you know, it can be a bit of a diva.
Can he?
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
And so you've got lots of different animals, and some stay at the school and most go home with your teachers. So tell me a little bit about the care plan you've constructed for the animals here.
OK, all of the pets that we have in school are actually staff pets, with the exception of the chickens, obviously, who are here all year round.
But you've got a caretaker.
We have a caretaker who's here all year round, or staff pop in anyway to look after them. So they're very well cared for, and most of them, they'll go home on a night, or some of them stay Monday to Friday and then go home on the weekend. So they're very, very well looked after.
Right. And so tell me, look, the kids, clearly, big smiles I can see, so they must be enjoying the company of animals in the classroom. What's the benefits to them, do you think, as their teacher?
Well, as well as teaching children how important it is to look after your pet, and that actually it's not an easy job to have a pet, it's also supporting them from a social and emotional point of view. So if any of the children are distressed or upset, Luna comes in very handy, or Rango, our bearded dragon. They love to spend time with the animals. It just cheers them up, makes them feel better. It's just been amazing.
And what's been the reaction from parents?
Oh, the parents love it. The parents love it as much as the children, to be honest. If I show anybody round, they're always amazed, and it's a real wow factor that we have so many pets in school. And when we first introduced the school dog, we had a few parents who came to us to say, my child's frightened of dogs, so would you mind doing a little bit of work with them to help them out of that? So that's what we did in the beginning as well.
All right, well, let's start chatting to some of these very excited kids and their animals. So we have Ethan, Ellie, Alicia and Alfie, along with Miss Finley, and then we've got beautiful Luna at the end there. So, young man, tell me, how fun is it to have pets in the classroom?
Really, really fun.
Yeah?
Because we used to have some pet fish in my classroom, but then Miss Deeple's class in F1 started a beach topic, so the fish went over to them.
You didn't get a dolphin, did you?
No.
OK, that's good. Phew. Ellie, so tell me, do you have pets at home? Because you've got them to play with at school, haven't you?
We've only got a fish.
Why is that?
Because sometimes we can't look after our pets very much.
Yeah.
Because of my mum's and my dad's job.
Right, well, that's fair enough. Very responsible of you. Alicia, who have you got there? Who's that pretty little creature?
This is... what's it called again? Rango.
Rango.
Bit wriggly.
Rango.
He's a bit miffed that you forgot his name, I think. So, Alfie, can you tell me, so if someone was to say that they didn't think that school pets were a good idea and they might have to take them away, what would you say to them?
I would say no, keep them, they're really good. And they just help you relax.
OK. There you go, from the mouths of babes. So Some pretty strong opinions here, so how about back in the studio?
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you,
Scott.
thank you.
So we've now got Jennifer here in the studio from Peter. You heard what the children said. We've got our little menagerie down here in front of us. What's the problem?
So most teachers that have classroom pets, they do so with the best intentions, but generally a classroom is just not a suitable environment for these animals. For starters, they end up spending a lot of time alone, you know, especially overnight, as she mentioned. They're handled a lot throughout the day, which can be very stressful for them. And then they also spend their weekends sort of being passed about from home to home, and often those houses, they don't have companion animals and they don't really know how to look after them. And there have been instances where, you know, the vet bills get too expensive and the schools weren't really prepared to pay for that. And then also times when there's been power cuts and the animals have been sort of left overnight in the school, and you know, it's obviously not ended well.
But the plus is you can see there, you know, that it helps the children, it calms them down. There are so many, I mean, the animals seem very, very happy there.
Well, a lot of the animals, such as hamsters, you know, they are nocturnal animals. So actually being in a really bright and loud and busy classroom, it can be really disruptive to their sleeping patterns. So whilst, you know, the children are very happy, there's lots of other things that the children could do which, you know, they would still really enjoy, but that it wouldn't compromise
That would be
these
the same for a
animals.
pet hamster at home. I mean, no one gets up and plays with a hamster in the middle of the night just to keep their sleeping pattern.
No, not during the middle of the night, but during the day, you know, hamsters, they can rest, and you can get little sort of houses that you put in their cages where they can burrow and they can have that time to sort of hibernate. But in a busy classroom, if the children are sort of going in and giving them like a stroke, you know, it can be disruptive.
What about, 'cause, I mean, the power could go off when you're at home. The power could go, you can go to work and leave your dog at home, and lots of people do that. So you have no idea that that's happened. And so, but you heard there that some of the animals calm the children, that that some of the troubled boys with the little dragon,
Yeah.
it calms them down. That that children who were frightened of dogs, it's learnt for them to not be frightened of dogs. That they get emotionally, they get something out of this.
Yeah, definitely, and it is so important for children to have that connection with animals and learn how to show them compassion. But some better ways to do it, I know there's some teachers who will bring in their dog from home, you know, maybe for an hour or two, and the children can interact, but it's just a lot more controlled. And then that dog gets to go home at night or after being there for a few hours, and it's just a lot better and less intense for the animals rather than being there all the time.
You'd like to see them, just to clarify on the situation, Peter's point of view is all banned. So all pets in schools
you know, a
banned.
ban seems so strong, but there's no need for animals to be in school. We've come such a long way. I mean, I remember when I was younger, there was classroom animals, and you know, we've learned so much about animals since then. And even the RSPCA, who are, you know, the leading body for animal welfare in the UK, they say that there is just no need for animals to be in classrooms.
Okay.
Well, we've done a poll here. Should pets be banned from classrooms? No, say 75%, but 25% say yes. I'd be interested to see what your comments are. So get those into us, and thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.